Before today, nobody thought J.D. Vance would ever go this far. Nobody thought he would publicly deny Erika Kirk with the level of confidence, coldness, and calculation we all just witnessed. And Erika? She didn't just panic, she lost control in a way her team has been desperately trying to hide. Because the moment J.D. looked into that camera, tightened his jaw, and said the words, "I did not get Erika pregnant," her entire world shattered in real time. The shock wasn't just in what he said it was, in how he said it. Calm, sharp, controlled, like a man who had rehearsed 100 times how to distance himself from a woman spiraling into the biggest scandal of her life. But the part that sent shockwaves through the entire political drama universe was what came after his denial. When he smirked a smug, knowing smirk as if he was exposing a lie he'd been carrying for months. A smirk that instantly told the world, J.D. Vance played her. He played her the entire time. Within seconds, Erika's phone started blowing up. Insiders say she was pacing, crying, shaking so hard she almost dropped her phone. She kept asking, "Why would he say that? Why would he do this now? He promised me," before her voice cracked and she went silent. Meanwhile, the internet erupted like a nuclear explosion. Screenshots, proof, voice notes, private messages, everything began circulating at lightning speed. People who once defended Erika started backtracking. People who warned this was coming began celebrating. And J.D.? He didn't say another word. But here's the part nobody expected. Someone close to Erika claimed she wasn't panicking because J.D. denied the pregnancy. She was panicking because he hinted. He knows something else. Something she never wanted exposed. And that's where this story gets dark. Very dark. Long before J.D. Vance stood under those studio lights and calmly, almost coldly, denied getting Erika Kirk pregnant, the tension between them had already been quietly rotting beneath the surface. This wasn't a sudden eruption. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was the climax of a long, messy, secretive connection that insiders say began months before anyone suspected anything. To understand why Erika panicked the way she did, why her reaction was so visceral, so terrified, so unlike the polished persona she shows the world, you have to trace the story back to when J.D. first entered her orbit. It started small, too small for most people to notice. A friendly conversation backstage, an exchanged glance during a conference, a brief moment when J.D. and Erika were photographed standing a little too close, smiling a little too authentically. At the time, people brushed it off as politics, two rising stars and conservative media crossing paths. But insiders who were actually in the rooms with them say there was an energy between J.D. and Erika from the beginning, a tension that was unspoken, unaddressed, but impossible to ignore. Charlie noticed it. His staff noticed it. Even Erika's inner circle noticed it but chose to pretend they didn't, because acknowledging it would mean acknowledging the cracks that were forming long before the scandal exploded. As weeks went by, J.D. and Erika found themselves in the same spaces far more often than coincidence would allow. Retreats, private dinners, meetings that were supposed to be closed door, but somehow always included both of them. J.D. was charming, controlled, brilliant, in a quiet but intimidating way. And Erika, although polished and soft-spoken, had a vulnerability around him that she didn't show anyone else. People saw it. People whispered about it. But nobody dared say it out loud. It wasn't romantic, at least not outwardly. It was something more dangerous, emotional proximity. The kind that forms when two people share too many conversations, too many secrets, too much stress, too much late-night vulnerability. One insider described it perfectly. They looked like two people who told each other things they didn't tell anyone else. And that bond, that dangerous closeness, is what planted the seed for everything that came after. Because once rumors began swirling about Erika's personal life spiraling out of control, J.D. became strangely protective of her behind the scenes. Not publicly. Publicly, he kept distance, but privately, he was checking in. He was making sure she was okay. He was smoothing over things with staff. He was monitoring conversations. And insiders noticed how Erika seemed to rely on him in ways that made people around her deeply uncomfortable. But the real shift happened during a private gathering 3 months ago, a gathering where multiple insiders now say something changed. Erika arrived visibly emotional. J.D. arrived tense, quieter than usual. They were seen talking in a hallway for nearly 20 minutes. When they emerged, Erika looked shaken, and JD looked like a man who had just been given bad news he didn't know how to process. That night is when whispers first began. Did Erika tell him something? Did JD admit something? What happened between them? But no one knew. No one had answers. Not yet. Then came the rumors. Then came the speculation. Then came the private voice notes exchanged between staffers who sensed something was deeply wrong. One whispered message said, "Erika was crying to him last night. JD told her to calm down because this could ruin both of them." Another, "They were in a room with the door locked for over an hour." Charlie was furious, but he didn't say anything publicly. The tension was growing. The timeline was tightening. And then Erika started showing signs of emotional instability that her team had never seen before. Sudden breakdowns, disappearing for hours, sending late-night texts that didn't make sense, accusing people of lying, spying, twisting her words. One insider said, "She was terrified of something. She kept saying, 'If this gets out, I'll be destroyed.' But she never said what." Then came the pregnancy rumor, the whisper that ignited everything. Someone from Erika's circle leaked that she had confided in JD about something life-changing, that she was waiting for him to step up and do the right thing, that she believed he would support her once everything came out. But JD didn't step up. JD didn't protect her. JD didn't even acknowledge her privately after that rumor circulated. Instead, he pulled back slowly, strategically, deliberately. Erika sensed it. She panicked. She tried to confront him multiple times. One insider leaked a text Erika allegedly sent JD. "You promised you wouldn't leave me alone in this." Another, "JD, please don't do this to me. Not now. Not after everything we talked about." But JD never responded. Not once. People around him say he was terrified of the political consequences. Terrified of the headlines. Terrified of being dragged into Erika's spiraling personal life. And so he did what powerful men often do when a scandal threatens their image. He abandoned her. Erika, already emotionally unstable, felt betrayed. She confided in people she shouldn't have. She tried to fix narratives behind the scenes. She begged certain influencers to stop talking about her. She tried to keep JD's name out of conversations, but the rumor grew louder, spreading like wildfire across political gossip channels. And then, the worst possible thing happened. JD heard that Erika was telling people he would support her through anything. That was the final straw. He called his team. He prepared a statement. He crafted his tone. And he delivered the denial that broke Erika Kirk's world in half. "I did not get Erika Kirk pregnant." It was sharp. It was final. It was calculated. But here's where everything becomes terrifying for Erika. JD didn't deny knowing her. He didn't deny having private conversations. He didn't deny anything else. He denied one thing, the one thing Erika was certain he wouldn't expose, and the look in his eyes. Insiders say it wasn't the look of a man distancing himself. It was the look of a man sending a warning, a silent message that Erika understood instantly. "Don't test me. I know what you told me. I know what you did. I know what you threatened. And if you push me, I will expose everything." That's why Erika panicked, not because of the denial, not because of the humiliation, but because she realized JD was done protecting her and he was now protecting himself. And JD Vance protecting himself means one thing. He's willing to burn her publicly. He's willing to leak the truth. He's willing to reveal what she thought would stay buried forever. And Erika knows it. Her hands shaking, her voice cracking, her panic spiraling. Because JD didn't just deny getting her pregnant. He hinted that she has another secret. One far bigger. One far darker. One she never expected him to weaponize. And now the entire political world is waiting to find out what that secret is. The moment JD Vance denied getting Erika Kirk pregnant, the entire political influencer world split down the middle. Half of them gasped, stunned that JD would go public with something so explosive. And the other half whispered exactly what Erika herself feared. He's distancing himself. He's preparing for something much bigger. And they were right. Because JD's denial wasn't the real scandal. It was the fuse. The explosion came minutes later when Erika's phone began vibrating non-stop, lighting up with notifications that would push her into the worst emotional breakdown her team had ever seen. Someone had leaked Erika's private messages. Not rumors. Not screenshots from friends of friends. Not edited posts. Actual messages. From her actual phone. Sent directly to JD. Before Erika even had a chance to process JD's denial. The internet was already dissecting their private history like forensic investigators. The first leaked message was timestamped 2 months ago. JD, please stop ignoring me. You told me you'd be here for me no matter what. The second, I trusted you. I told you things I've never told anyone else. The third, you can't abandon me right now. You know why. That third message went viral instantly. People zoomed in. People decoded. People argued. Know why? What is she talking about? What secret did she tell JD? Was it the pregnancy or something else? And that's when things got worse. Much, much worse. Because the fourth leaked message wasn't emotional. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't even long. It was terrifying. You told me we were in this together. The internet stopped breathing. The comment sections erupted. In what together? What did they do? What is she implying? What is this relationship? But the fifth message, the one that turned the entire story into a wildfire, was the one that forced Erika's team into full crisis mode. Please don't make me say what we talked about that night. It will ruin both of us. There it was. The message that cracked open the real scandal. Because suddenly the story wasn't JD denies pregnancy rumor. It was. What did Erika and JD talk about that night? And why would it destroy them both? Political commentators went into overdrive. YouTube channels launched emergency live streams. TikTok detectives started creating timelines, diagrams, theories. Some said the night she referred to was the closed-door meeting at the retreat. Others said it was the late-night phone call insiders whispered about. Some claimed it was the night before Charlie's final days when JD visited the same building Erika was in. But then the next leak came. A leaked voice note from Erika's phone. Only 11 seconds long, but enough to send the internet into complete meltdown. In the voice note, Erika sounded frantic, crying, whispering into her phone, "You can't deny me like this. After everything. After what you told me. After what you admitted. Please, JD, don't do this to me." JD admitted something. That single revelation turned the denial into a weapon, a deliberate, calculated strike meant to silence her. But Erika's voice note hinted she had something on him too, something he was terrified she would expose. And then the twist nobody expected hit. A second voice note leaked. This one wasn't from Erika. It was from JD, a message he sent her at 2:14 a.m. weeks before the drama. "Calm down. You're spiraling. I told you already we have to keep everything quiet for now. Don't make this bigger than it needs to be." The internet lost its mind. Keep what quiet? What did he mean? Why would a senator be telling Erika this? What is going on between them? People who once defended JD now felt uneasy. People who dismissed the rumor suddenly reconsidered. People who blamed Erika began asking if JD had played a much bigger role. But every story reaching its boiling point needs the moment everything blows open. And it came from someone entirely unexpected. JD's own staff. A junior staffer, anonymous, using a burner account, posted a viral thread that shook the political world. I worked closely with JD during the time he was in contact with Erika. And I'm telling you right now, there is a lot more than a pregnancy rumor. JD was meeting her secretly. JD was calling her at hours he never calls anyone. JD was covering for her. JD was nervous. JD was paranoid. And the night before a major decision, JD told us all to shut down anything involving Erika immediately. The post had 40,000 retweets in an hour. But the most dangerous part of the thread was this. He told someone he messed up and needed to handle the situation privately. We all assumed it had something to do with his career. Now I'm not so sure. Messed up. What did JD mess up? What happened between him and Erika? And why is Erika claiming he played her? Suddenly, Erika's meltdown after the denial made sense. Suddenly. Her panic wasn't dramatic, it was real. Suddenly, JD's denial wasn't distancing, it was defensive. Because the truth was beginning to surface. JD Vance wasn't denying the pregnancy rumor. He was denying something far bigger. And Erika knew it. The pressure on her became unbearable. Insiders leaked that she had been crying non-stop, pacing, screaming into her pillow, texting people frantically, begging anyone to help her stop this from spiraling. Because then came the most devastating leak of all. A private text from Erika to one of her closest friends. If JD exposes what we talked about, it won't just ruin me. It will ruin everything. People will turn on me. I'll lose everything I've built. And he knows it. That's why he denied it. He's protecting himself. He's leaving me alone with all of this. Her friend replied, "What did he tell you that night? Does it have to do with the recordings?" Erika didn't answer. That silence alone turned the internet upside down. Recordings? What recordings? What night? People speculated wildly. Was JD part of the Charlie fallout drama? Did JD see something? Did Erika confess something to JD? Did JD admit involvement in something? Did Erika tell JD a secret she thought he would help her cover? Whatever it was, it terrified both of them. But the real twist, the first major twist, came from one more leak. A hidden screenshot from Erika's phone showing JD's name saved under J private line, do not share. You don't save someone under a label like that unless the relationship is hidden, private, dangerous. And if the pregnancy rumor was false, why was their connection so secret? Why did JD have a private line just for Erika? Why were they meeting in the middle of the night? Why was JD sending messages telling her to calm down? Why did Erika say he promised her something? And why did JD suddenly deny everything? Because right after the screenshot leaked, a final message surfaced. Erika to JD. Don't make me reveal what you told me. I'm serious. You promised. And JD's response, chilling, cold, emotionless, said everything the world needed to hear. Do not test me. You don't want this to go public. In that one text, the entire narrative flipped. JD wasn't scared of Erika publicly attaching herself to him. He was scared of something else she knew. Something he told her. Something he confessed. Something he once buried forever. And Erika's panic? It wasn't humiliation. It was fear. Fear that JD might expose the real secret to protect himself. Fear that the world would finally discover the truth behind that night. Fear that JD Vance played her to keep his own secret safe. The leak should have slowed down. The story should have stabilized. Erika should have had time to breathe, compose herself, and prepare her defense. But that's not what happened. Instead, JD's denial triggered a chain reaction of betrayals, insiders cracking under pressure, and people finally admitting what they had been hiding for months. And the first blow didn't come from Erika's circle. It came from JD's own people, the ones he thought were loyal, silent, obedient. A staffer who had stayed quiet for years, someone who had never liked Erika and never cared about political drama, suddenly posted a cryptic tweet. JD isn't innocent. Erika isn't crazy. Something happened. That tweet alone gathered over 500,000 views in under an hour. But then the staffer dropped the real bomb. I wasn't supposed to hear it. But I did. Hear what? Instantly, that became the biggest question online. Minutes later, the staffer posted again. You're all focused on the wrong rumor. The issue was never the pregnancy. The issue was what JD told Erika the night they were alone. And then the line that detonated the internet. He confessed something to her. And now, she's using it as leverage. Leverage. That single word flipped the entire narrative. Suddenly, Erika wasn't just a panicked woman spiraling over a denial. She was a woman holding a secret JD desperately needed hidden. A woman JD had played because she had the power to destroy him. Fans rushed into the comments. What did JD confess? Is she blackmailing him? What night is he talking about? What does Erika know? But the staffer didn't say anything else. He just disappeared. And that's when the second whistleblower stepped in. A former communications assistant, someone who worked for JD before he became the polished political figure he is, now broke her silence on TikTok. You could hear the nervousness in her voice. She wasn't doing it for clout. She wasn't doing it for views. She looked genuinely afraid. She said, JD had a weakness. A very big weakness. And Erika knew exactly how to use it. Then she added, everyone thinks Erika is the emotional one. No. JD is the emotional one. He confided in her. He told her things he never told anyone else. And that is why she's panicking. TikTok exploded. Weakness? Confided? Told her what? People were now spiraling into theories. Did JD admit involvement in a scandal? Did JD blame someone? Did JD confess to messaging Erika privately in ways that could ruin him? Did he tell her something about his marriage? His past? His political enemies? Something illegal? Something connected to Charlie Kirk? Nobody knew. But then the darkest clue came from someone who wasn't even involved in politics, a woman who used to work in digital security for a conservative media organization. She posted this. JD should not have denied Erika. He knows what she has. And if that ever leaks, it's over for him. He is playing a dangerous game. The comment section lost its collective mind. What does she have? What is he scared of? Why did he deny the pregnancy but not the rest? What did they talk about that night? And then Erika broke. Someone close to her leaked this message. She won't stop crying. She keeps saying, he promised he wouldn't do this to me. Another insider leaked. She's terrified the wrong person will get the wrong file. The wrong file? Was there a file? Did JD leave something behind? Did Erika keep something hidden? Was this about the same recording that popped up in other Erika scandals? Everything was spiraling. And then the reveal that changed everything dropped. Not from Erika, not from JD, not from a whistleblower, from JD's wife, Usha. She didn't post publicly. She didn't go live. She didn't address the world. But someone leaked a private message she sent to a friend. Erika keeps threatening JD with the same story. I told him she was unstable months ago. She's dangerous. Unstable? Dangerous? Threatening JD with what story? That leak spun the internet upside down. Because if Usha knew Erika was threatening JD, that meant whatever Erika had, it was huge. It was real. And it was powerful enough to terrify both JD and Usha. Theories exploded everywhere. Did Erika record their conversation? Did JD admit something criminal? Did Erika threaten to expose something about JD's marriage? Did JD lie to someone important and Erika has proof? Did the conversation involve Charlie Kirk? Something big happened. Then came the next shock. A reporter leaked that JD had hired a crisis management attorney 3 days before he denied the pregnancy rumor. 3 days. Before he said anything publicly. Meaning, JDKNEW, this explosion was coming. JDKNEW, Erika wasn't bluffing. JDKNEW, she had something devastating. JDKNEW, he needed to protect himself before she snapped. But the real horror came when someone leaked an internal email, allegedly from JD's own team. Prepare a secondary statement. If she releases anything, we respond immediately and shut it down. Anything? What anything was JD expecting? What exactly did Erika have the power to release? And then, the most shocking moment of the entire escalation hit. A new leak. A new voice note. Except this one wasn't from Erika or JD. It was from someone JD trusted. In the voice note, the insider whispered. He told her something he shouldn't have told anyone. Something that could ruin everything he's worked for. That's why he had to deny her. He needed to make her look unstable before she could expose him. The note was short, but the final sentence made the internet freeze. What he told her wasn't about the pregnancy. It was about that night with Charlie. The internet went feral. That night with Charlie? Theories exploded in every direction. JD and Charlie? JD involved in something? JD confessing something he saw? JD admitting he knew something Erika didn't? Suddenly, Erika's meltdown made perfect sense. She wasn't crying because JD denied the pregnancy. She wasn't panicking because JD distanced himself. She was panicking because JD Vance just dared her in front of the entire world to expose the secret he told her, and Erika knew she couldn't, because if she did, it wouldn't just ruin JD, it would ruin her too. And that is when everything snapped. A final leak appeared. A screenshot. One message from Erika to JD sent the night before his denial. If you betray me like this, I swear I'll release the file. And JD's response? Cold, calculated, cruel. I already spoke to my team. They're ready. Are you? In that moment, two things became clear. JD wasn't scared of Erika anymore. He was prepared for war. And Erika? She realized she had lost control. Because JD's denial wasn't just a rejection. It was a warning. Go ahead, release the file. I'm ready to expose you. And now, everyone wants to know. What is the file? What did JD confess? What did Erika threaten? What happened that night with Charlie? And who will break first, JD or Erika? Because this isn't a scandal anymore. This is blackmail, power, secrets, war. And only one of them will survive the truth. The moment the leaks hit critical mass, the entire internet shifted from curious to violent. Every corner of social media, from political Twitter to conservative mom Facebook groups to TikTok drama channels, turned into a battleground. And for the first time ever, Erika and JD weren't just trending. They were being dragged into a spectacle so massive, even national news couldn't ignore it. Within an hour, hashtags erupted across platforms. Number Erika lied. Number JD exposed. Number the file. Number what did he tell her? Number that night with Charlie. Number Erika's JD. But the real nightmare began when conservative influencers, people who once worshipped these two, took sides. Some defended JD. He wouldn't risk his career for Erika. She's unstable. Others defended Erika. Why would JD deny her if he had nothing to hide? He looks guilty. And then there were the ones who took the nuclear route. They're both lying. And whatever they hid, it's bad. The first celebrity to jump into the conversation was someone nobody expected, a prominent political commentator who had never once mentioned Erika or JD directly. She went live on Instagram and said, "I've been silent long enough. I warned certain people months ago that they were playing with fire. Now the fire's burning them." Everyone in the comments knew exactly who she meant, but the destruction didn't stop there. A massive conservative podcast released a teaser clip for their upcoming episode. You all think this is about a pregnancy. It's not. It's about something that happened the night Charlie called for a private meeting. JD was there. Erika was there. Someone else was there too. The internet froze. Someone else? Another person involved? A third witness? Comments flooded in. Who was the third person? Is that the file? Is JD covering for them or himself? Did Erika threaten to reveal all three? It became clear this wasn't gossip anymore. It was a political crisis. Meanwhile, Erika's closest influencer friends, the ones she prayed with, filmed with, attended events with, began quietly unfollowing her. Fans noticed instantly. TikTok filled with videos titled, 15 people unfollowed Erika in the last hour. Something bad is coming. Others pointed out JD's behavior too. He's deleting old tweets. He locked down his comments. He restricted his Instagram replies. He's preparing for something. But the real meltdown ignited when someone leaked a private group chat from major conservative creators, a chat where Erika's name had been explicitly banned for months. One message said, "She's going to take all of us down if she talks." Another, "JD better hope she stays quiet or it's over for him and his wife." And the most haunting, the thing he told her, "If it leaks, none of us are safe." Not safe? Suddenly, everyone realized this wasn't about Erika's reputation or JD's career. This was about something far bigger, something that could shatter their entire public ecosystem. Political YouTubers began posting videos like, "The secret they're hiding will destroy everything." JD Vance is finished if this file drops. Erika Kirk has the nuclear codes of conservative media. Even mainstream outlets began circling. One journalist tweeted, "I've received the same tip from 3 different insiders. If the story I'm hearing is true, this will be the biggest political influencer scandal of the year." Viewers were glued to their screens. Creators were refreshing their feeds every 5 seconds. Every second tweet sounded like a countdown to collapse. And Erika? People close to her said she wasn't eating, sleeping, or thinking clearly. One insider described her like this: "She keeps saying, 'He can't do this to me. He can't. After everything we shared.' She's terrified he'll expose her first." Meanwhile, JD's team went full damage control. A leaked email from his communications director said, "Do not respond to any message mentioning Erika or the file. Silence is our safest strategy." Silence usually works, but not here. Because the longer JD stayed silent, the more confident people became that he was hiding something huge. And when someone leaked that JD had told his team to prepare for a worst-case scenario, the theories became even darker. Posts like, "Jay knows the file is real. He's just buying time. He's preparing to blame Erika first. He's waiting for her to break." Even Usha's name began trending, and not in a good way. People started posting, "If Erika exposes JD, Usha's entire world falls apart. What did JD tell Erika that he didn't tell his wife? Does Usha know about the file?" But the worst part of the fallout wasn't online. It was inside the political influencer scene. Events canceled, partnerships paused, sponsors pulled back, collaborations scrapped. A conservative conference even removed Erika from their promotional graphics overnight without explanation, but people noticed immediately. One attendee posted, "I just saw staff taking down Erika's poster from the entrance wall." Another posted a video of a team member ripping off a banner featuring JD and replacing it with a neutral logo. This wasn't distancing. This was erasure. And just when it seemed like the chaos had reached its peak, that nothing else could make this scandal worse, a final leak emerged that pushed the entire internet off a cliff. A message from a well-connected insider. "I haven't said anything until now, but I know what JD told Erika that night. And when it comes out, you're all going to understand why he denied her, why he's terrified, why she's breaking down, and why their entire world is about to collapse." The message continued, "And no, it has nothing to do with the pregnancy." The internet screamed, "If not the pregnancy, if not an affair, if not a rumor, then what? What did JD say? What did Erika hear? What is in the file? What connects them to Charlie? Why are political creators panicking? Why did JD hire a crisis lawyer? Why is Erika threatening him? Why did Usha say Erika is dangerous? What night changed everything? Nobody had answers. Not yet. But every single sign pointed to one conclusion. Something catastrophic happened. Something hidden. Something recorded. Something JD never thought Erika would survive long enough to reveal. And now, the world isn't just waiting. The world is watching. Because the next leak won't just start drama. It will blow the entire truth wide open. And someone's life is about to be destroyed. Everyone thought the chaos had reached its final peak. Everyone thought the leaks, the voice notes, the messages, and the insider allegations were the end of the story. Erika panicking, JD denying, Usha warning, staffers breaking ranks, influencers choosing sides. It all felt like the final stretch of a scandal spiraling into total collapse. But what nobody knew, what nobody was prepared for, was that the real truth, the truth JD feared the most, wasn't in Erika's screenshots, her emotional messages, or the voice notes that made the internet combust. It was inside the file. The file Erika had been threatening JD with. The file JD was desperately trying to bury. The file everyone whispered about but no one had actually seen. And then, without warning, it surfaced. Not fully, not clearly, not cleanly. Just one piece. A glitchy, corrupted preview 7 seconds long, automatically backed up to Erika's cloud and recovered by someone who clearly wanted the war between them to go nuclear. At first, the clip showed nothing but darkness. Then a blurred hallway, muffled voices, a heavy, tense argument. And then JD's voice. Not calm, not political, not polished. JD sounded terrified. JD sounded desperate. JD sounded like a man confessing something he never intended to say out loud. You could hear him whisper shouting, "Erika, I told you if anyone finds out what Charlie said before he..." The audio cut. Dead. Silent. Just those words. But that was enough. Enough to send the internet into a full-scale meltdown. Enough to connect the dots in ways nobody dared whisper before. Because for weeks, months even, there had been vague rumors, quiet, carefully avoided, about a private conversation Charlie Kirk had with someone the night before. Everything spiraled. A conversation that supposedly shook him. A conversation he never repeated publicly. And now, JD's panicked voice basically confirmed it. JD knew what Charlie said. JD told Erika what Charlie said. And whatever Charlie said before that moment was the secret Erika has been holding over JD's head. Theories exploded instantly. Did Charlie tell JD someone betrayed him? Was Erika involved in something Charlie discovered? Did JD admit he knew something about Charlie's final hours? Did Erika threaten to reveal the truth? Is that why JD denied her? Is that why everyone is panicking? But the clip wasn't finished, because just before it cut fully to black, there was a final, horrifying sound. Not a voice, not a word, a bang, a loud thud, sharp, sudden like something or someone hitting a wall. Then JD shouting, "Erika, stop! Don't!" And then the file corrupted. People screamed online, screamed in the comments, screamed in live streams, screamed in podcasts. Nobody knew if the sound was a door, a cabinet, a tablet thrown, a person hitting something. Nobody knew what Erika did. Nobody knew what JD was trying to stop. Nobody knew what Charlie had said. Nobody knew where the clip had been recorded. But then the uploader posted one caption, "There's more. A lot more." And the clip went dark. Millions of people replayed it, trying to decode JD's words, trying to understand the panic in his voice, trying to figure out how Erika, of all people, ended up holding a secret that could destroy an active senator, trying to understand why JD was so terrified of what Charlie said before that night. TikTok was flooded with breakdowns. Jay knew something. Erika was hiding the truth. Charlie confided in someone. JD told Erika. And now Erika is threatening to expose him. But the darkest part? It wasn't the argument. It wasn't the bang. It wasn't JD's confession. It wasn't even that the file existed. It was the metadata. Because experts noticed something chilling. The timestamp on the clip wasn't from Erika's house, wasn't from JD's office, wasn't from a retreat. It was from the Sam location where Charlie had held his private meeting, the one that triggered the original rumors. Meaning, JD and Erika were together, in the Sam place, where Charlie had once confronted someone. The Sam night he said something that terrified them both. Suddenly, this wasn't a pregnancy scandal. This wasn't an affair story. This wasn't influencer drama. This was a cover-up, a hidden conversation, a confession, a night that JD never wanted the world to know happened. And Erika, panicked, shaking, emotionally cracking, had kept a piece of it. But the final blow came when one more file automatically restored, recovering one of 3 audio fragments. 3 more fragments exist. 3 more recordings. 3 more secrets JD hoped would stay buried. 3 more pieces of the night that changed everything. And now the world isn't just watching. The world is waiting. Because if the next audio fragment drops, if the next confession surfaces, if the next secret comes out, JD Vance's career could end. Erika Kirk's image could collapse. And the truth about Charlie's final days may finally explode into the public. For now, all anyone can ask is, what did Charlie tell JD? What did JD confess to Erika? What did Erika threaten to expose? And when the remaining files restore, who will survive the truth? The storm is coming. And the next leak changes everything. Now that you've seen the first horrifying piece of the recovered file, now that you've heard JD's panic, seen Erika's unraveling, and watched the timeline twist into something darker than any of us expected, the only question left is, are you ready for the next leak? Because whatever Charlie told JD that night, whatever JD repeated to Erika, whatever made Erika panic and JD deny, it's coming. And when those next 3 audio fragments restore, they won't just shake the internet, they will detonate the entire foundation these people built their reputations on. Before you go, I need to hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you think JD slipped up and told Erika something he shouldn't have? Was Erika using the file to protect herself? Or to threaten him? And what do you think Charlie revealed the night everything spiraled? Your opinion matters not just for engagement, but because this story is developing in real time. The more you comment, the more people see this video, and the faster these leaks spread. And trust me, when the next fragment drops, you'll want everyone talking about it. So hit like if you think JD's denial was a calculated move. Hit share if you think Erika is holding a secret that will destroy him. And hit subscribe with all notifications on. Because the moment the next recovered file appears, whether it's 3 seconds or 3 minutes, I'll break it down instantly. This story isn't cooling down. It's not slowing. It's accelerating. And the next twist? The next leak? The next confession caught on recording? It's coming. And it's going to be worse than anything we've heard so far. Stay tuned. Stay ready. Stay watching. Because the truth is unraveling. And the next revelation might be the one they've been trying to hide all along.